Yeah, I'll be making Malaysian or Singaporean Malaysian curry puffs. I'll be making chicken curry puffs and potato curry puffs. So the first thing I'll be doing is the pastry wrapping for them. So I'll be using a mixing bowl, plain flour, salt, butter and water. That's the ingredients I need for just making the short crust pastry for this. So roughly what I'm doing is putting a whole kilo bag of plain flour in the mixing bowl. A pinch of salt, which will be about probably 2 teaspoons, maybe 4 for flavour. I'm using the pink salt. And then what I've done with 500 grams of butter to the 1 kilo of flour, I've cut it into sections like that, into slices. So I'll be mixing it, and it's softened, room temperature. And then I'll be mixing it with my hands. And then once I get it to a breadcrumby state, then I'll slowly add cold water bit by bit to it to get it the right consistency. Now I've been working at this for a few minutes and it's going all crumbly, like a breadcrumb mixture with the butter and the flour and salt together. And then I just start adding the water gradually to get it to the right consistency. And keep mixing it for a bit. So roughly now I've got it to this, and I use roughly, as I've been just adding the water gradually to the flour and butter, about 700 ml of water, I suppose. And like, it's not sticking to my hands. That's pretty much what I want to that. And I just roll it into a bowl. And what I'll do, I'll refrigerate this for a few hours so it's nice and cold and stiff to use later. So that's it. So I just wrap it and refrigerate that. I'm doing some chopped onions and for the filling for these curry puffs, some chopped onions, then a bit garlic, and then I'll do small diced potato. But I use, say, 2 large onions for this so far. I like plenty of flavour when I make something, so I don't go sparingly on things. So I'm using plenty of garlic, and I like fresh garlic, not garlic paste. I like fresh clove. I like to use everything fresh. I'm not into using garlic paste and all this stuff. I like to do it from fresh. there's more flavour, and I actually end up using 3 onions before. So I just take the husks off this garlic clove. And the best way to do it, you just give it a crush with a knife, and then more or less just comes off like that. So I'm just chopping the garlic down to fine. So I worked on it just for a few minutes. It don't take long, and it's gone really fine. And another thing you can do, you can just crush it up a bit more with the flat of the knife, so it gets to that, and then you can just keep working it. I've been told you can add salt to it, and it sort of breaks it up more for a paste, but I don't really want a paste, I just want it really fine. I suppose you can just throw it in a blender too if you wanted to. But it only takes me a few minutes, so I'm not worried. But you know, there it is, so it's fine. So that'll be going in with the onions and then the potato. So there's the onions in there. I used 3 onions. I used about 8 or 9 garlic cloves. And this is the curry powder that I'll be using. It's Bubba's, it's Malaysian curry powder. There's a few brands I don't mind using. This one's okay. It's the meat curry powder. So I've got 500 grams of chicken mince. And this curry meat powder, I'm going to put about 2 dessert spoons, well actually 1.5 dessert spoons of that into the chicken mince, and I'm going to leave that just marinate for a while to give that real curry flavour right into the meat, you know. So now I'm cutting the potato into like die size, like pea size or a bit smaller for the filling. So I like to use a large chopping knife anyway. So I just slice it to a small thickness, like that. And so I grab half the potato that I just chopped, and then slice down again to the same thickness as that slice. It sort of falls apart a bit, but it doesn't matter, it all goes in together. So I move them ones out of the way, and just cutting it into like small diced pieces like that. So I've been doing that with the potato. So I actually peeled 5 medium-sized potatoes. Whether I use them all, I don't know, but I rather have plenty of filling rather than not enough. And what if I have some filling left over, I can freeze it when I make up some more at another time. So I don't want to make these potatoes, these diced potatoes too big, because they it's hard to put them together later when you're actually making the potato curry puff. And they'll cook faster anyway. So that's all the potato I've been doing. So I don't think you don't need to use probably 5 potatoes. I think mainly for this you probably need 3 large potatoes or 4 medium-sized potatoes. Yeah, and again just slice. Mils, turn it around, and chop to the small dice. I've actually got enough here now. Now I've just put in some curry leaf, onion and garlic to about a cup and a half of oil, and the oil I use is just vegetable oil. You can use canola, and so there it is there. So I've got that going. So yeah, more curry leaf, but I used about 6 to 8 twigs of curry leaf and just chopped more or less in half to get the flavour out. I've got the oil, the onion, and the garlic and the curry leaf. Just fry that off a bit. And then next I just add the potato. The diced potato goes in. One more. I have got actually more on here than what I thought, so I will add a bit more curry powder. It's only got, I did use too many potatoes, but I mean, like I say before, what I got left over I can freeze to keep for another time. But you know, I'm making up a large quantity. So I'll just hold these up so you can see. So that's it there in the wok. Yeah, so I added a little bit of salt to that. Like, depends on the flavour. I actually taste it as I'm going, and but that's the filling that I'll be using. That's not counting the chicken, but I'm separating it in two to do the chicken later. But that's the potato curry puff. What I done, I divided it. That's the potato curry puff mixture, and over here I've added that to the chicken mince. So I put a portion of that there with the chicken mince, and this is just purely potato curry. Yeah, so there's the chicken mixture, and there's the potato mixture. I've taken the pastry out of the fridge. It's cold and pretty solid to use. In a way I cheat, because I see other people, they do these curry puffs by just cutting the circular things in a different way, but I've just used this silver bowl, small silver bowl, to make the size I want, and that's where I'm going to fill in these circles the mixture for the curry puff. I've just rolled it out really thin to like about 1 mil. The thinner the better. So I've just put some of the chicken mince there. Chicken and potato curry. So now what I'm doing, I've got a bit of water in this bowl, and I'm just going to go around some of the edges of this pastry, just so it will stick better. Now I've doubled up the mixture inside here, and I've just run my hands around just to join it there. Then it's just a matter of sealing at the edges. You don't have to be perfect, just so long as it seals, because you don't want no oils going into it or overflowing it. Just like doing a dumpling in a way. So just like that again. Ingredients inside there. And just moving around, spiraling it around, folding it really over with the thumb. Now I have the oil really hot in this wok, and I'll immerse one slowly. Yeah, it's starting to bubble straight away. I'll just do 3 at a time, because I don't want the oil to cool too fast. Just got them on the plate there. I pulled them out of the fridge. Had them in the fridge for a little while. Don't cook them on a real high heat because you want it just below the high heat. I mean, this is not a good stove, it's electric. I'd rather be cooking with gas, but anyway. But you know, they're sort of golden colour, so that's what I want. I can get to drain them. In Malaysia itself, the curry puffs is probably half the size of these ones that I'm making. Instead of having two, you only need one. But there's the end product. That's the chicken curry puffs. And there they are. There's the chicken, and there's the potato curry puffs. Crispy, and they're good with a cup of tea or a cup of coffee.